Welcome, everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations and the Lightworkers and Earth Angels Academy and Study Hall. Welcome to the 5th annual yearly tarot planning party. We are going to be looking at your energetic monthly and weekly themes for the year. And you can do this with me live or later on with the recording, or you can even do it by yourself. Down below this video, there is a link that you can click on that will take you to download those workbooks. One is a fillable workbook and the other is a printable workbook. There are two this year. So I've always had a printable workbook, which you can just download that and then print it off. This is what it looks like for this year. And how I usually did that was just each of the weeks here, there's a monthly one as well, and I would just pick cards and then write what the card was and anything that came to me, whether it was a color or the idea behind the card. I would just fill that in. This year we have also a fillable workbook, and so I'm going to go through a little bit of how to download that and then fill it in just a little bit. First off, I'm hoping you have your cards available, and that can be tarot cards. It doesn't have to be tarot cards. It can be oracle cards. You can even do this with runes or meditation cards, whatever it is that you have on hand. You can even just do it intuitively. You can just sit with a pendulum or just sit with your intuition, and then as things come up, as you ask the questions that we'll be going over in a little bit, then you can write down the feelings or the thoughts, ideas that come to you for each of the months, and then later on for each of the weeks of each of the months. So it's a process, but it's really nice to get clear on what your 2022, your new year, is going to be about. Hopefully we've started clearing out all the old debris and everything from 2021, and you have space in order to really reflect on and gather all these new wonderful ideas that will be kind of going over for 2022. There's just so much. There's 12 whole months that we can really glean new information, and the sky's the limit. So you can do and be and have what you truly desire, just a matter of really being crystal clear on what it is that you want and what you want to become, what you want to see in your life. And for me, working with tarot and oracle cards and just sitting with my intuition really helps me plan that energy for the year. Is it set in stone? Absolutely not. Things can change and shift so easily. Nothing is set in stone, and you have the power to create or to revision anything that comes. So if you get a card that you kind of are not feeling into for a month of the year, or if you're coming upon a month where you'd already taken those cards and you see that it's a card that you're not really thrilled about for that month, do it again. Things change, things shift. This is just a roadmap that you can look at, and sometimes we like detours. Sometimes we like to be able to shift things up. So feel free to do that throughout the year as well. About your cards. If you're joining me live and you are working with your cards now and you didn't get a chance to put them in your windowsill or out for the moon and the sun to cleanse, then you can do quick cleansings. One of the best ways is just to wrap on them. So you can just wrap on your cards. I do front and back just to really get all the way through the cards. I know the reverberation goes through, but I just want to make sure that it's clear. That's just something I've done. And then just swish out the energy. You can also use a crystal or a pendulum and just kind of just intend for that to clear your cards. For the pendulum, you can just hold your pendulum and then right over the top of the cards, and then just allow the pendulum to do its work. Just allow it to spin and clear the energy, and when it's done, it will stop or start kind of going. Mine goes in a circle when it's working, and then when it's done, it goes back and forth. So then you know it's done. Also, if you're a Reiki practitioner, or you work with your palm chakras, or if you'd like to try to work with your palm chakras, that is just fine. They're always activated. You don't have to do anything. Just place your cards in between your palms and just hold them. You can put them on a table and put your hand over the cards as well, and just allow the energy to seep through with the intention of clearing your cards. Clean and clear, clean and clear, clean and clear. And as a Reiki practitioner, you can totally do the same thing with it. I use Shokurei, and I use that to clean and clear my cards as well. And then you can just shuffle and get them prepared any which way. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong to working with your cards, and you can take them and just kind of spread them out all over if you want, or you can just shuffle them gently. I usually just shuffle them a couple times, and it's always the intention. Always use the intention to clean and clear, to grab the cards, and just feel into it. It's a real feel type thing, which is great for this year since it's a 6th year and it's all about that heart space. It's all about your heart chakra and all the words that are associated with that heart center. All right, so I'm going to go over a little bit of housekeeping on how to download your workbooks, and then how you can fill in your workbooks through the Canva program. And you don't need the professional version of Canva. You can just use the free version, and I'll show you that in just a second. So let us go over to where we can download that actually. And okay, so that link is going to take you to a page that looks like this. At the top, there is the 5th Annual Yearly Tarot Planning Party info and workbook. And all you have to do is click on that, and it will take you to this page. And you'll be able to download either the fillable Canva right here, or the printable, and you can download both of them if you'd like. The others are just pictures that I have up there that just are talking about that, so you don't have to worry about those at all. It's the fillable Canva or the printable version of the workbooks. Those are these two right here. Once you download that fillable Canva, here's the free version of Canva. Go into Create a Design. See this purple box up here in the right-hand corner? It's right by either your picture or just your initial. Your initial will be here if your picture isn't. Create a Design. Click on that. Just come down here to the bottom, and it says Custom Size, Edit Photo, or Import File. Hit the Import File. Find where your version is. The fillable. We want the fillable Canva. So find the fillable Canva and hit the open. So fillable Canva, where you downloaded it, open it up, and it's just going to take a little while. You'll see the bar here at the bottom. Once it fills all the way up, then you'll be able to click on it. And all of these designs, when you create in Canva, are stored in all your designs, which is all the way on the left-hand side, right underneath the home. All your designs will be in this one area. So if you get out of this and then you want to continue to create with Canva, all of your designs will be in this space right here. So even if you log out of Canva and you come back, your fillable Canva workbook will be right here as well. So now that it's all the way downloaded, you just click on that, and there's one of 14 pages. So this is the, skip to her. This is your workbook, and it's within Canva. So this is how we go ahead and fill in the workbook. You'll see the front page here, my 2022 yearly tarot planner. Then just scroll down. When you scroll down, then you'll see the monthly energy themes. So this is the first one that we'll be going through and picking cards. You'll see that there's a gray box, kind of similar to the box that I just showed you with the printable version, but with the fillable version, there is this extra window. It's got a cloud and a little scene here. This is actually a kind of like a picture frame, and it is where you can actually place a picture within there, and I'll show you how to do that. So on the left-hand side, there is a button for uploads. So you can click this button for uploads. At the top, there's another purple button that says upload media. So you can upload your cards when you pick a card, you can take a picture with your phone, upload that into Canva here. So you can upload it into one of your files on your computer, and then just choose a picture. I'm going to go into my Google Drive. I know I have one there. And we're going to pick this card, which is this week's card actually, which is a 5 of Wands. So it's going to upload. Once it's done uploading, then you can take this card and just drag it over into that. And if you want to resize it, it's a smaller version. What I did was I just made the frame itself smaller. You can always expand it yourself to make it the full length, but just for now, I'm just going to put it in there just like that, and then I will raise this up so you can kind of see a little bit better. All right, so for January, that would be the card, and that's all you have to do. Again, here we'll upload one more so you can see. We'll do for February, even though it's not really the card yet, but just to show you. I've got some in my Google Drive, so my Google Drive is already showing. You just go in wherever you have them uploaded, find the picture that you want, and we'll pick, let's see, let's just pick the Moon Goddess one, even though that's not what it is, but that's okay. And it's going to upload right here, right next to it. Once it's uploaded, you just grab it and put it right in that February slot. And then if you want to reposition it, you can reposition it however you want by double clicking, and say you want to be able to see what the name of the card is. Then you can just move it up and down to where you can see the words. Or if you would rather not see the words and you would rather just see the image, then you can do that as well. There you go. And it's in there. Okay, so one more time. I'll show you one more time. That way, I know for some people, it's like, I already know how to do this, but just so that you know, here's another one. We'll upload another one. My Google Drive has quite a few cards for this week. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Google Drive since I know it's there. Go into whatever drive that you put your uploaded cards onto. Find the card that is for that month. Click on it. It'll say right there the file name, what it is, and then hit the open button and it will start downloading in this space. And once that bar has been uploaded, that's gone all the way to the left, then you can, if you just click on it, it's going to come up just like this, and you can delete that if you want to. But the easiest way I found is just by clicking on it and dragging it over and placing it in the space. And as you can see, it just pops right in there. And you can do that for all of the 2022 monthly energy themes. Do it for every single one of them. And then as you work through the months, as you see for January, you have places for each of the weeks to put the card in there. So you can take the cards and, like I said, I just clicked on it, and then just drag it right in there. So it's easy as that. And if you get it wrong, it's not to worry. You can right click on that, hit a detach image. And that way you can either replace it to something else. Say you put it in the wrong space, you can just move it into the right space. Or if you just want to detach the image and delete it, you can do that as well. And it's as simple as that. Once you get all of it done, if you'd like, you can print it out. It takes a lot of printer ink, but some people like to do that. Or you can take it to a printer company and have them do it for you and spiral bound it. That way you can see it each month. Or you can even just take it, and then when you print it out, you can print it out in black and white and save on color ink as well. So that's just a quick tutorial on how you can use the fillable Canva workbook that is in for you to download. All right, let us see here. And so now that we've got our cards, now that we've got our workbook, and you've got the space in order to do it, feel free to create the space in order for you to work. Music, candles, crystals, just anything. Lighting helps as well. You can dim the lights a little bit if you like. Just whatever makes you feel into what you're doing, so that you can kind of concentrate on your intention. Your intention is what creates the space in order to receive the messages for the year through the cards, through the runes, through whatever, your intuition. Since your intuition is really the one that's working with the cards, then you want to be able to feel into that as well. So I just give my cards a little bit of a shuffle and just kind of work with it in that space. And just in my thoughts, I just kind of go through the idea that I am going to be picking my cards for whatever it is that you're working on. So right now, let's do the first month of the year, and that is January. And if you've already done this, feel free to just take the workbook and fill in what you've already done. And if you haven't done the weekly, feel free to do the weeklies. And feel free to use tarot for the monthly, and then use the oracle cards or runes or whatever it is that you want for the rest of the weeks. And you can change decks. You can change how you pick the cards. It's all into how you feel you want to work with it. Try and make it as fun as possible. It does take a little bit of time, so just being able to take the time to have fun with it will really speed things up. All right, so January's card is the Hermit. This is interesting because for the first week and a little bit, we've had snow everywhere. So we've kind of been hermiting here at home because of the snow. So that is perfect. So what I'll do is I will take that, and for the fillable, I would go ahead and take a picture with my phone, crop it so that it's the way that you want it. I usually try and crop it so you can see just the image of the card itself instead of the outlying stuff. Upload it from my phone to my Google Drive, and then in Canva, after I've already downloaded the workbook, I upload that and then put it in the January. So for each of January's, you can either do that now, or you can go through all 12 months, go from January through December, and then for the monthly, you can go back and you can go January and then do the weeks, or you can do the weeks now. So say I want to actually grab this deck, which is the Starseed Oracle deck, and that's by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. And then you can use the Oracle cards or whatever you want to use for each of the weeks of January. So for the first week in January, we can say, even though I know we're on the second week, the card is Lost Lands. Soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So you just take that and you can do the exact same thing that you did for the monthly. And for the fillable, you can just take that card, take a picture of it, crop it so that it is just the card, if that's what you want to do. And then when I put it into the Google Drive, when I download it into the Google Drive or upload it, I actually get rid of all of the numbers and stuff that are there that if you were just to upload it by itself. I usually get rid of those and then put either January or first week in January, something so that I know when I go back that that's what it's for. So just putting just little clarifiers in for the first part of it that will show the renaming of that file, of that card, so that you know that that card is for whatever. So this one is for the first week in January. So I would just put week 1 Jan. That's what I usually do. Or if it's the January card itself, I just put Jan 22. So I know that it's January of 2022's card. That way when you go to upload it, it's easy enough. It's already on there and then you won't have to worry about remembering it. All right. So with that card, with the printable version, what I usually do is I usually just write what the card was, what the deck was that I used, and anything that came through for me. And for that card itself, what was interesting was that I've done this before. So that is what kind of stuck with me. So I would write that down for that week. I've done this before. So knowing that I've done this before, I can actually intuitively kind of go in and just see what it is that I've already done before that may pertain to this week. And intuitively, you can just sit with that idea, sit with the card as well. Because you've written it down on your printable workbook, then you will be able to find that card and then just kind of meditate with it a little bit and just kind of intuitively find what it is that connects with you about that. And through the week, it may change. It may change from that to something else about the card. Maybe it was a color or an image or something that just came to you intuitively that you felt that the card represented for you at that time throughout the week. So I find this is really helpful to plan out the week, plan out the month, and to plan out the year, the full year. And like I said, if something's coming up and you've already chosen a card and you're like, you know what, I really want to get clarification on that card, feel free to pick some more cards. And it doesn't matter if it's June or if it's getting close to the end of the year. Feel free to pick more cards to get more clarification so that you don't feel stuck with a card that may feel not like it doesn't resonate with you. So just feel free to choose as many as you need to get more clarification, and that will actually help you throughout the year. Don't feel stuck. Don't feel like you have to go with the card that you've chosen. It's just a helpful way to see the energy, prepare for it, and be able to put a roadmap together for any of your goals, wishes, dreams just being able to put a roadmap together so that it's in bite-sized chunks rather than a whole thing that you're like, oh my gosh, it's 6 months into the year and I haven't accomplished what I wanted to. Grab your cards, see what the months are so far that you've chosen, and then get more clarification. See if you can put little baby steps into those last 6 months or whatever it is. See if you can actually help yourself to not feel so stressed or put on the spot because of your card readings that you'd done before. All right. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. There's plenty of ways in which to do so. Leaving a comment below will actually just go right to me as well. So you take care. Have a fabulous 2022. I hope these workbooks helped. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.